Welcome to my video looking at the Pokemon artists who contributed to Pokemon 151, which came out this year in June of 2023. And what I'm going to do is, rather than look at my top 20 favourite cards, I'm looking at my top 20 favourite artists. There are over 100 artists that were commissioned for this incredible set by the Pokemon Company, and or creatures. And I've chosen 20. These are my personal opinion. And a lot of people's favourite cards will not appear on this list because I'm not a fan of certain artists, but these are my personal opinion. So, in 20th place, I have chosen to put Kantaro, who did Squirtle and Wartortle. Very clean art, very cartoony, great lighting, especially the sunset art on the Wartortle. I think this is a beautiful card. So, that made my number 20. I'm going to have to whiz through this because there's a lot of cards to look at, so I won't spend too long. In 19th place, I've gone for T0. So T0 did the Nidoqueen line, and the backgrounds are beautiful in them. It's a little bit like Furusawa in some ways, but T0 is just a great artist ever since they appeared with that Celebi. And yep, those make my number 19. So at number 18, I've put Chibi's Articuno, which I think you can't, well, you can do bad Articuno cards, but most people don't. The Articuno does get a lot of good artists, and that's a nicely done card. Works very well as a holo. So that's number 18. And number 17, what have I chosen? I've chosen Narumi Sato, who is a great artist, and this should have been a lot higher, but I have a problem with it. I will show you. This is the Eevee. I just feel that the left eye is wrongly placed. I feel it should be up a bit and in a bit maybe, but it just feels like it's drifted a little bit down to the cheek, and it's enough to just annoy me. But I think it's a nice card. And Narumi Sato is such a great artist. Really glad that they're working in TCG now. She's great. So that was Eevee at 17. At 16, I've an artist I'm very fond of, Kodama's Sandshrew Sandslash. Just very competently done, and they're well designed Pokemon, so they're quite easy to do decent cards of. But Kodama's done a very good job here. Really like those. At 15, I don't know this artist particularly well, if at all, Shinya Komatsu. Really like the blue outlines, very different style, and I like those very much. I think I actually prefer the Marowak, but they're both very, very good. Right, at 14, I have gone for Ishikawa, and Ishikawa did the Scyther, which very competently done, very popular Pokemon. I feel the lighting on it could have been a bit more exciting, but they also did this beauty, so that's why they're in the list at this position. Giovanni's Charisma, and that is a beautiful card. So that's Ishikawa. At 14. At 13, I've put Jemmy. And Jemmy did these three cards. Fearow is a very unattractive Pokemon and difficult to do a good card of. They've done okay with that. The Spearow, much more successful. The background is really good. Really, really good. The lighting through the trees. But really they're on this list because of this beauty. The nighttime in the city reflected in puddles on the pavement with Poliwhirl. Really beautiful card. Very dramatic, very French impressionistic. So, like that one a lot. Right, let's slow it down a little bit. Next up, Jolteon by Sui. Really nice. Not always a fan of stuff that Sui does, but this great card, great Pokemon, great card, works really well. So, love it. Very dramatic, the dark coming down the forehead. Good one. Furusawa, very popular Pokemon, Growlithe and Arcanine. Can't really go wrong with them. Prefer the Arcanine. Furusawa's great. What more can you say? Beautiful, beautiful cards. An artist I don't know now. This is Erika doing the art rare of Dragonair. I was very impressed by this. Yep, really nice. Hope to see more from this artist. That makes my number 10. In 9th place, another artist I don't know, Bun Toju. Toju? Yeah. Great composition. My criticism is the same criticism that a lot of people have, that it's a little bit dark. If it was 10% less dark and you could see more of, it wasn't so muddy and confused, it might score even higher than this, but that is a very nicely done art rare. So that's Bun Toju. That was number 9. In 8th place, Dada. Really like the reuse of the background here. It's the exact same artwork in the background with a little bit of extra kelp added for the Omastar, and the colour has changed. But it's lovely, the symmetry, the repetition. It is beautiful art. And that's Komayama. Probably my favourite Komayama card so far. But really like those very much. So that made my number 8. In 7th place, I have put Murayama's Flareon, my favourite evolution. Probably. Umbreon possibly, but I've always loved Flareon. And wow, what an amazing card. Brilliant. They should be very pleased with themselves for turning that out, because that is a lovely illustration. Love his tail coming in. So that was number 7. Right. Number 6. I haven't got one of the cards they did yet. I've got it on order, but this is Okacheke. And actually this is the reason they're on the list, not for the Mr. Mime, because I don't like Mr. Mime. But it's a nice card. But these two are really top tier Okacheke, and top tier Okacheke is top tier everybody, because Okacheke is great. I especially like the Slowbro. But they're both excellent, excellent cards. So Okacheke comes in at 6 for me. At 5, my second favourite Pokemon artist, Taira Akitsu, doing a very popular Pokemon Psyduck and Golduck. Golduck's never as popular, but I actually prefer the Golduck in this instance. But Taira Akitsu can do no wrong with me. They are just awesome. And both these cards are very nice. I wish I could get the Master Ball of this, but it's expensive because Psyduck's so popular. So that was number 5. At number 4, Yuya Oka. So Yuya Oka has been given a decent Pokemon for once. So often they are given the DOS Pokemon, and still do a brilliant job with them. So. But Pinsir is a good Pokemon, and they have done an excellent job. The lighting's great, the composition's great, the menace of Pinsir. Yep. I am biased because I love Oka's work, but this is my number 4. At number 3, we have... Number 3, we have Pikachu and Raichu, and they are by Naoya Kimura. And the Raichu alone wouldn't have made the list. It's very nice, whatever. The Pikachu, however, it's in my top 5 Pikachus of all time, and I'm not even a Pikachu fan. I think it's one of my favourite cards I've seen for a very long time. Absolutely brilliant. I mean, we've just had that Okacheke Pikachu that was so good in the last set in Clayburst, I think. But this is even better. It's absolutely beautiful. So thank you very much, Kimura, for doing such a beautiful job. Love those. So that's number 3. Number 2, I have gone for Sinanahara, taking on one of the most forgettable and unpopular pair in Gen 1 history, and yet they've done an incredible job with both of them. Probably the Sea King is my preferred one because I love the whatever flowers these are that are growing underwater. Sinanahara, I mean, they did that Zoroark that I absolutely adored. But they've now done these, and I love them. So, very, very nice. Which leaves the obvious number 1, 2. This person. As if anybody is surprised. I love these 3 probably the most. And I think I love the Abra the most. I think that's my favourite one. So that makes that my favourite card in 151. So Keishi. Yeah. So that is my look at my favourite artist contribution in Pokemon 151. I know there are big artists that are not on my list that people adore, but that's because they're not my personal favourites. So thank you very much for watching if you watched it, and let me know how angry you are that I didn't choose Igawa or whoever it is that you particularly like.